All right, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't want to talk about where we're at. I want to talk about where we're going. And in the next 4 months, we're going to be having a lot of things happen in First Descendant. We got the breach tracking field. They said that this is going to be the area where the gold and the Kuiper and the super cooled Kuiper things for the ancestor mods are going to be. They're moving all this stuff to an allocated space in order to get you out of the void invasion area. I don't see them getting rid of the void invasion area for where we get gold, but we'll see how that shakes out later. We got monthly balance patch of Enzo. I don't really know what they're doing with Enzo. I didn't think that he needed a balance patch, but something must be going on with them that they want to address. Hopefully changing his 2 at some point, because it really just is a lackluster skill. We got the monthly balance weapon improvements. All this coming in January, mind you. So we got the monthly balance weapon improvements. They've done some weapon balance improvements, or it's coming down the pipeline, right? How many times have you heard that? It's coming down the pipeline. They're doing Fallen Hope, Truly Deadly Arsenal, Hive Master. We'll get to that later in the video. We have the new Descendant Dia coming in February. So we already know that January brings in the New Year's. A lot of people go on break. There's a lot of things that happen. Everyone getting back into the workplace. So everything's not really starting until February. January is quite light. So new Descendant Dia. And I want to say that all these melee changes were perhaps to get ready for Dia, as she, I want to say, had a lance. She had some AoE projectiles. She was quite a good foe to go up against. Not after the 50 millionth time after you've fought the not the original Dia. We have Operation Directive System, so I don't really know what that means. It sounds like a portal to me, some type of portal launching system for the game. The Arcade Tune and Mutant Cell Systems. This is specifically for the Mutant Cell Systems renewal. So they don't like that the way that it sits on the arcade tree right now. They don't like that it sits in mutant boxes. You have Mutant Box Blank, you have Mutant Box A, you have Mutant Box B, you have Mutant Box C, and then trying to figure out what they do and where they go and who they go with. It's kind of it's a real hassle. It's not really new player friendly in that aspect. Then we also have the Legion Lab Dungeon. It's another dungeon coming into the game. We have Onslaught. They said Onslaught was going to be some sort of wave-based type mode with increasing amount of difficulties, getting stronger and stronger enemies the further we stay in the game mode. Really just sounds like a revamp of the Albion defense system. The research time boosting event, they don't want to add more things to the research. They don't want you to research things faster. They just want you to research them faster, like in a shorter time period with the limited amount that you can craft. The stat info display improvements. People want to see stats easier. It's not easy to see the stats of what you got and what you're doing and where you're going and who you're hitting and what crit rate damage and stuff you got going on. They got the Descendant mission dashboard. Again, it sounds like another portal integration of that, they want to revamp the way that the quest system sits for the Bunny quest, the Frayna quest, the Blair quest, all those quests in the game. They probably want to make them more appealing. So more of a visual allocation update for that. They have the undersea base dungeon. I don't hear anybody talking about that. The undersea base dungeon. So there's another dungeon coming in February. So we got 2 dungeons coming in February. A second boost pass. So that is the thing that they double down on for the sword pass. So this second boost pass is probably gonna be another $10 thing, just like the sword pass. So new weapon and module. They're probably gonna put another weapon inside of this pass or something of that nature. Then we have the monthly balance weapon and descendant improvements, more tweaks and numbers to certain descendants, and the Void Abyss monthly rotation. So the Void Abyss monthly rotation is going to be the Lava Citadel, the older ones. That was the Electric guy, that was the Ice Queen or the Ice Maiden, and then we have the new one coming up that we're going to talk about here shortly. So we have all of those going to be on a monthly rotation. So starting February, they're going to start getting rotated into the game so that you can go back and I suppose purchase those skins if you missed them during the month. So you get 1 month to make up, or save up because the new month's coming to get the skin I think that the skins come back. It would be kind of pointless if the skins didn't come back. So then we have the difficult uh, Veb renewal. Don't void intercept battle renewal. So the difficult void intercept battle renewal is they want to change the way that the 400% and the 500%, the 400% work, and the 250% and all those. So specifically the hard ones, the 400%, they're going to change that the way those are. I imagine that they're going to make it harder since the Descendants are getting stronger. Devs also said that they want to focus on the farming loop renewal. So right now it is new thing, go farm it, go in the dungeon, new thing, farm. They want to change the way that you go about doing those things. They want to introduce a new system into the pie chart of your farming loop runs. So also we have the new Void Vessel dungeon. So we get another dungeon in May. So the two dungeons that February two dungeons that get added into the game are supposed to hold us over till May. So if you don't know what the calendar is like, you have January, February, March, April, May, right? So 2 months of dead information until then. But the new Void Vessel dungeon and the optimization settings options for option edition. So optimization settings, I want to say that that could be for the gear overall, or it could be graphically. They didn't really talk about it. So we have the ultimate SMO. No one's really waiting on Ultimate SMO. People want Ultimate Eugen before Ultimate SMO, but some people out there like him. He's a very good character, but I don't know anybody out there who's really clamoring to get Ultimate SMO. They want that Ultimate Haley that's coming in the summer. So we have a new weapon, a new module getting added in May. But the big thing is when summer hits, we got Season 4, Episode 1, and Corell's final battle mega dungeon, new dungeon system, transcendent weapon. So this is above ultimate. You got purple ultimate transcendent now, and then we're gonna have new descendant, a new descendant, a whole new one. They didn't talk about that much. And then we get ultimate Haley. Everybody wants that. She's probably going to have something that covers up her face like the rest of the ultimate descendants. And then we have the main story overhaul. So with them like launching the season 4, they are changing the way that the beginning of the game works. So everything leading up to this point, up until May, is all for current players. The season 4 update that happens in the summer is all for new players. So get new players in the game, keep retention up, give Ultimate Haley. Everybody's going to come back for that if you left during any point in time. And then the main story overhaul is going to re-deliver the way that the story was told, because it was not good when it first came out. Story-wise, you skip the story to play the game, and that's just the way it shouldn't be for the video games. But that speaks to how good that the game was, is that we skipped the story in order to play the game. All right, so let's get into our another updates that they talked about here in the dev live stream. I'm gonna knock out the rest of this stuff, but I really wanted to cover the roadmap on where we're going to talk about where we're at right now. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Ultimate Eugen, slides his way into our hearts looking like a K-pop idol, and Eugen has had some significant changes. I'm not going to go too much in detail on what Ultimate Eugen brings to the table, but needless to say, Ultimate Eugen is looking to shape up to be a drastic overhaul to how Eugen plays. Same as with Luna, you're not going to play Eugen the same. You're going to use his transcendent modules. You're going to utilize him in that aspect, and you're really not going to play the base version of him anymore. Hopefully, somewhere down the line, as the game continues, that they're going to integrate some of the way that the Ultimates play with the base, so that they can enhance the Ultimate versions later, and not just through transcendent modules. But he is going to have a selfish version to where he's going to give himself more crit attack, cooldowns. He is a sacrifice HP, renew HP, deal damage type of guy. And he can, it looks like he's got some mopping capabilities. They really want this type of shock nuts thing to work out. He don't got shock nuts, but they really want this whole shock nuts thing to work out with these domes and the way that they function and how it goes about. Maybe shock nuts will get an update later. Yes, that is a Sharon jab, because Sharon hasn't been good for the longest time. She just keeps getting these incremental buffs. We ain't gonna get into Sharon right now. We ain't gonna talk about Sharon. Anyway, so Ultimate Eugen, he's going to have, like I said, a selfish version. Then he's also going to have a team version of himself. So The team's going to get more crit cooldown, more cooldowns, more critical hit rate, more critical hit damage. In his selfish version, he's going to give himself more movement speed. There's going to be a different way to utilize his 1. There's going to be a different way to utilize his 2, his 3, and his 4. It's all changing with the Transcendent modules. It's a complete overhaul like they did Blair. I don't know anybody playing Blair in its regular form. And everyone's just glossing over this Ultimate Blair Transcendent module thing because this base version is just it's just cheeks, man. It's just cheeks. I mean, he used to be okay, but he's way better with the Transcendent module, like Ultimate Eugen Luna is right now. The biggest thing that people wanted to talk about, more than likely, was the upcoming changes to the other Descendants. Again, I'm going to let this Eugen thing play out for a little bit, but then we're going to skip right over it. We're going to get into some real stuff that we're going to talk about, such as Ultimate Ajax. So Ajax got a big update, and what I was talking about before is that they enhanced his base. So what they did is that they changed up the way that the orbitable barrier works. So the orbitable barrier with one of his Transcendent modules, the moving fortress, where he would hold the thing, and the thing that no one used is now going to rotate around him when he uses it, kind of like a Vex Harpy shield if you play Destiny 2. And then they got his dome that's going to be able to move with him with his moving fortress. And then enemies that touch it, they shoot it, they're going to get taunted by it. The taunt goes out further than the actual skill. His slams got more eruptions. The battering ram type of trigger module is going to work well with him. And then the reflective damage, they're going to take double damage back for that. His 1 changed to where it's more of a battering ram. He's pushing enemies back and debuffing them at the same time. He's getting auto reload. He's getting the whole 9 yards plus more. So more Ajax players, more Ajax fun out there, and I can't wait to actually try these things in game when I get my hands on the new updates for him, which is happening on December 4th. More Ajax buffs, more things, more tweaks to the base. All right, so we have the Infiltration Operation Forbidden Sanctuary coming into the game. Another part of the game where we're just going to run through it, defeat the final boss at the end, give us another biome in order to kill another big bad at the end. This is going to be on the darker side of the stories for the character development content. Eugen's story is going to be a bit darker. Hence, the Grim Reaper is coming with this Void Abyss battle. The Void Abyss battle of the Grim Reaper is going to be more mechanic heavy than ever. We know that the Death Stalker was mechanic heavy. That one broke the First Descendant players. This one's going to have more mechanics in it. They don't want you to walk in here, DPS it to death and destroy it. They want some sort of gunplay. They want some sort of ability play. Hence why they are doing this one. The Void Abyss skin that comes with this one is okay looking. It's not bad. It's not all out there. You know what I mean? Then we have this new bunny set coming. For some reason, it's just a bunny set. So this has to deal with bunny speed, electricity, mana. They want you to get off Slayer. They want you to play something different. So this is that. So they got the new trigger modules come in. This one specifically, like they say, you can put it on anybody, but it's specifically for Freyna. It has to deal with continuous damage and arcane infection and all that. So with the unique weapon, it's specifically for Freyna. Give her 4th ability more bang for the buck, I guess, whatever. But all in all, Freyna's 4 hits like a wet noodle. You kind of don't want to use it. You use it just to use it if it's there or whatever. But this is what this is to help that. They're adding in more ultimate mods to help people. So Valby, for instance, is getting this new trigger module. You can put it on anybody, but it's more for Valby. You do more ground dot damage, do more global dot damage. This is for Valby. Next, they got this new trigger module. I don't know who it's for. Couldn't tell you who it's for. When you have some sort of movement restriction, it gives you a movement speed boost. Couldn't tell you who this was made for. Maybe the new Descendant coming down the pipeline. And then they also got some more melee modules. And then they're going to do some tweaks with the Descendant, some numbers, some up and down, or whatever. They want to change the way that like Plop Plop works. They want to change the way that Blizzard works. They want to change the way that certain skills, again, messing with the base in order to make the character better. So can't wait to see that. Hive Master arrived lackluster. I don't know anyone using it. Fallen Hope, I think it's good. A lot of people think it sucks, but it's getting a buff, so kudos to that. Truly Deadly Arsenal is getting more of continuous damage thing, so it's going to be more of a Blair gun. They want you to use certain descendants with certain weapons, so I think that they should fix the clairvoyance. Instead of it saying this does something akin to this thing, it should just say it does that thing. Frostbite, it should just do frostbite instead of the thing that it makes it sound like frostbite or whatever. Then the developers really, or the one on the far right, right, I kept it in this perspective, the one on the far right really likes skins, really does. Don't care for the male skins. That's probably why we get some goofy corn, polar bear, dog for the male descendants. But female skins, this guy is in it. This boy loves his skins. I think he wanted the skirt on the Christmas outfit to be shorter. I think that's what he was saying. That's the vibe I got from watching the dev live stream. He really wanted that. And then they got some workout skins. He kind of laughed at the whole people in Korea be running. I don't know many Koreans that are fat, but they got workout skins in there. They got some business suit thing coming back again and some other thing. The lounge is, it looks, so from what I heard, they're pushing the lounge stuff back. They're pushing it back, but I thought that they said that this is coming, but there was supposed to be a bigger thing coming. But I thought that this was coming, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But this whole lounge thing could have been pushed back till later, but I could have sworn they said that this stuff that they're showing now is going to happen in December, mid-December. But the other stuff they have planned for it, like people going into your lounge, you showing people lounge, inviting them to your lounge, all that stuff's coming later. So the devs have all these events coming up. They got a lot of these events popping up. They got new player events, they got old player events, they got catch up events, they got Christmas events, they got web events, they got weekend events. They got all these things happening, and they just giving stuff away. Every you get a car, they get a car. You get, look, check under your seat. You probably got $1,000 under there. That's everybody's getting something. And then they're doing something with these whole faction things. This looks like a cheeky way of doing a Q&A of do you want more style or do you want more power? I think a lot of people are going to choose the style because they have the guide on there in order to receive a skin if you pick style and we win. So I think team style is going to end up winning because we want to alter the guide's outfits. And they gave her a pretty ugly looking outfit for the most part, but it's whatever. So more customization, more skins for the females in the video game. And if they want more male descendants to sell, make more like Keelan, make more like the Etzimo inside of the whole like Russian get up. He had like a big jacket with big poofy stuff on it and all that. They had the Ultimate Blair outfit. They can make cool male skins. They just choose not to when it comes to monetization, and I don't know why. Hopefully they change that in 2026 with the later. Give us some Vulgus skins, some Legion of Darkness skins, and all that. Just make them look cool and we'll buy it. So hopefully this video helped you guys out on the new updates that are coming in the First Descendant. Like, share, and subscribe. Share with a friend if they don't understand. And I will see you in the next one.